So Kinger is the best digital circus character. I'm pretty sure we can all agree on that. Anyways, this video is going to be ranking the episodes based off how well they use Kinger. If the episode doesn't use Kinger, then it's going to be at the bottom. If it does use Kinger, it's going to be at the top. And if you watch this show from seasons 1 to 9 or 8, depending on if you've seen the theaters, then you probably know what last place is.
Oh, I know. I could sit this one out, and Zubul could take my place.
That's the screen time he has in episode 4. So in this episode, Kinger says, you know what, Zubul, I'll take your place. And then King's like, yeah, great idea, Kinger. And then Kinger's not seen for the rest of the episode. And until we get to like a little photo of him riding bull, which is cute. Anyway, this one doesn't really have that much in terms of the Kingerness. So since the episode's not out on YouTube yet, I'm not gonna use any footage for this one. But number 8 is the finale. He's basically there in the start, does a lore drop like. Then he has a nice moment with Pomni, like in episode 3. And then he's not seen throughout the episode because if you know, you know. Then he's out there and yeah. They don't really use him as well as I wanted them to. 7, we got episode 2. And this one, he's just Kinger a little bit well. Like he has the fun moments where he throws the rope that doesn't know what's connected to. Pomni always misses the big gloopy monsters. And some random lore placement where it's revealed if he has a bucket on set, he becomes sane. So he isn't used like all that greatly well, but he is in episode 4 majority of it, so that does put him up. I think this is like the second most funniest Kinger appearance. So the pilot is where Kinger obviously debuts, and he does leave a good impression. Like, we can tell right away that he is a little bit crazy. So, but he's not used that much in the episode. Like, we do get him in the Gloink Queen's nest, where he has to say Zubul, but obviously he doesn't know how to do it. So a pretty solid first showing for Kinger. Okay, for the next 5, it's a little tricky, but I'm gonna say the 5th best usage of Kinger comes from episode 7. Okay, so Kinger's produced pretty well here. He knows Abel does not exist, and well, he does have his moments here. But I think the number 4 episodes use him better. Like, if it was episode 7, then you probably have more to say about him in the episode. But yeah, love you, Kinger. At number 4, we got They All Get Guns, episode 6. Now, this one is one of Kinger's best appearances. He is on a team with Ragatha, and he gets eliminated like second to last, I think. Like, he does have this funny tactical row, and then I'm right behind you, aren't I? But I think what really exceeds this episode is the conversation he has with Ragatha, and it's as mostly effective as it is in episode 3 when he talks to Pomni. So I think this is like a great usage of his character. At 3rd place, we got episode 5, Untitled. So Kinger is the majority of this. Like, he's the president's assistant, he's the baseball coach, he's a teacher in the anime sequence, and he's the guy who wants a corn cob blitz.
Corn cob blitz.
So basically, he has a major role in all these segments. I say like this, out of all these episodes, this is like the second most screen time he has, behind episode 3. So yeah, he is pretty funny in this, as you can imagine, and he even has an evil twin called Coach Dictator, who's obviously a parody of Ada. Now, What is number 2, you may ask? Well, I'm gonna say, well, you'll probably disagree with this, but I'll say is episode 3. Now, off topic, but I think this is the best episode of the series. But we're here to talk about Kinger, and he is the highlight of the episode, of course. So he starts off as his normal self when he goes with Pomni, but the more it goes on, the more you realize, wait, he's acting completely out of character. And you start to realize, why is that? So Kinger explains to Pomni about his wife, his feelings, and basically becoming a father figure to her, which I think works very well. It is so impactful how Pomni and Kinger's dynamics are. I don't know, what do you want me to say? He is very amazing, this one. But I feel like the number 1 spot really takes the cake for best Kinger uses. Best Kinger appearance by a landslide. So, in the start of this episode, we see a flashback with him and Queenie, and then it cuts to Queenie being distracted. And Kinger looks like he's gonna lose everything, but then Ragamuffin shows up, and if you see episode 6, then you know that his outlook changed when Ragamuffin appeared. And Kinger does work well in the episode, but then when Pomni puts the bucket on his head, it really gets good. After he dumps the lore, Pomni gives him the computer. He tries to fix Kane, but then Kane messes with the computer, which leads to him deleting Kane. And it's like, holy shit. So that's why the circus is now black and white and everything's broken. Anyways, I'm probably gonna get off here, but just so you know, Kinger is very good, and you used to make your videos on Kingers, and you used to change your name, to Kinger Fan 5000. That's what you used to do. Okay, bye guys.